Hello, everyone, and welcome to a late night slash early morning horrific review. I'm just back after a horrendous tube journey, so thought I might as well jump online and talk about the gig. So, just impromptu stream, shoved it up there, but if you haven't guessed, I was at Iron Maiden's Future Past, the current Future Past 2 at the O2 Arena in lovely London, which is an adventure in itself. I hate getting into central London. It's crap, but worth it. Right. How do I finish it? Right. Before we begin, I wish I had a quarter of the energy of the 60-something-year-old blokes and the 70-year-old drummer on that stage. Seriously. They put us to shame. They really do. I forgot the name of the support act now. So, God, what were they called? They're all right. They were generic anyway. They were like every song sounded the same. It's the something. Meh. Anyway, there was a support act. Sort of listened to them. They're from London as well. And yeah, maybe listen to the album or something, but the live, they're just generic as hell. So the setup, it's like a futuristic setup. So they've basically done Somewhere in Time. They've revamped it up, but I think they've done it cleaner than like the original tour. Nice clean lines. The lighting's a bit more subdued, and it works though. Just really simplified stage. Still got the gangplank up the top and stuff, and they went with the old school banners, but they had like the video two video strips, if that makes sense. Sort of cut down video screens that they play stuff in the background, like the music videos. So like right near the wall, they did, they played the video for that in the background, and then clips from other music videos not that they've done. Then obviously the usual monitors for seeing the band. So it was an interesting setup. I liked it. I think as well because the last 2 years it's been Legacy of the Beast, and I think that's been done to death. You know, I mean, as much as it's great to see the Spitfire freeze his hand and all, this didn't have any of that. You know, it was all one theme where, like previous with Legacy of the Beast, is split into Heaven, Hell, War. Sorry, War was the first. War, Heaven, and Hell. That's the three. So they changed the stage around that looks different. But this just kept the clean lines and yeah, really open. I think it's the most exposed we've had the band, if that makes sense. Because normally they're, like when the Power Slave toured up there, they're heading behind sarcophagus and stuff, you can barely make a band out. That's just really open. Everyone's clear. The sound was absolutely amazing. I mean, these guys are on point. They're, there's gigs and it's bouncing off the walls and that, or people have been playing a long time and they've kind of lost their edge. No, these guys don't miss a beat. Bruce Dickinson, he wasn't running and jumping, but the guy's in his bloody 60s, but he's still moving about, he's still dancing, he's still performing. He's not, he's not giving less of a performance, if that makes sense. Yeah, he's not jumping over monitors and stuff, but would you bloody expect him to? You know what I mean? And everyone else is like flipping Yannick Gers. The rest of them haven't. It's like they haven't aged. They were doing Can I Play with Madness, and like I said, they're playing the snippets of the original video, the background. Fucking Steve Harris and Adrian Smith and Dave Murray haven't bloody aged. It's scary. They're just they're just caught in time. It was funny we made a joke. So apparently, the traffic today was absolutely awful. And even it was that bad that Dave Murray, the guitarist, turned up 10 minutes late. So the gig actually started bit late, and Bruce gave a whole speech about it, and the Blackstone Tunnel. That is a shit. So the southbound Blackstone tunnel was closed, so that cuts you off. Like it's London shit. It's for such a modern city, like trying to get from one side to the other. Like I live just outside London, but it's still friggin' a 3 hour journey just to get another place. It's ridiculous. Yeah, even it was just funny. And if you don't live here, you wouldn't have got it, got the jokes. But yeah, and for them to be late, like that's not their thing. That's one thing Iron Maiden have always been consistent throughout the years. You know, you friggin' Guns N' Roses and Axl Rose freaking staggering on off his tits like nearly an hour late and stuff. He's still doing it now, like a sad bastard. No, the Iron Maiden have always been tight. I think that's why they've always had such a loyal following. It's why they're always close to my heart. There's another thing as well. I'm not really self-conscious, but I'm aware that I'm an old fart. So I'm going right. Okay, am I going to be the oldest guy here? And it turns out I'm not by a length. Honestly, there's guys that are about 20, 30 years my senior, and there's also people that are 20, 30, 40 years. There's something wee kid there. His mum brought him. He's only 4 years old with the earmuffs. Now, he didn't make it. Luckily, he made it as far as like Strange. No, he didn't make it as far as Strangeland. I think just caught somewhere. I think he got as far as the first song, and then he had to, he just too much for him. But you've got families, like entire families going, like generational, parents taking their kids and that. And the bit that got me, it was actually Can I Play Madness again? Because he goes, okay, who here was born after 7 Son of a 7 came out? All hands shot up. You're like, oh dear, I'm an old fart. It's official. I mean, and the place is bunged, like it's sold out. I got the tickets, God, last year. And I mean, I just about jumped in and got the second day, well, I wasn't going to go for a Friday. It was too much of a hassle to try and get, time off work on a Friday and, leaving after work to get anywhere. It's a nightmare. So I went for the Saturday one. But yeah, I just about got tickets by the skin of my teeth on the end. I mean, and this is 2 nights sold out completely. Kind of shows like they're bringing in new fans still. That's testament to the band itself. So where we start, a bit of a different set list. So we didn't get a lot of the usual songs. It was mainly, I suppose, is the theme. It's Somewhere in Time and Senjutsu with 1 or 2 others thrown in. It's really good to hear those songs again. Actually, caught Somewhere in Time, brilliant. They did it with the Blade Runner opening. Of course, Doctor. That's when Maiden's about to start. But yeah, everything lights up, and you're there. You're in the zone. Brilliant. Stranger in Strangeland, something. That's when we first see Eddie. Eddie comes out. And he started having a gunfight with Bruce instead of a sword fight because Bruce gets up a big cannon, starts spewing at him like fireworks, shooting at each other across the stage. You're like, they're always coming up with something new. That's the thing. Always. Iron Maiden is absolutely my favorite band. I am an Iron Maiden nerd. I'm a sad git. Ever since I was like 11 or 12. And actually, 7 Son of a 7 Son was my first Iron Maiden album, and that was it. I fell in love from then, and I haven't looked back. There's other bands I've listened to. I mentioned Guns N' Roses. You get bored of them. They're a one-trick pony, and they're not professional. In the end, they're too arsed up with booze and drugs. They actually care. Ozzy Osbourne's a wreck. Metallica are a bunch of arseholes. We're not seeing 2 bands have stayed with a long time. Iron Maiden, Cradle of Filth. Like, those bands have, and I think it's something to do with their performance, the energy they put into the performance, and the fact that they the show comes first, and the persona, and I mean, the rakish behavior comes second. Because Iron Maiden have partied in the time, I mean, it's well documented. But the show came first and never screwed up a gig for, just for being wasted or arsing about our egos, which that's, and Great Love felt the same. They've just got that professionalism about it and desire to create. Yeah, so with a couple of interesting ones in this as well. There's a Future Past. One of it's off a Senjutsu album. I need to get Senjutsu onto my computer because I've got the CDs. But the problem is, I'm never. I don't with a modern computer rip them. I used to rip all my CDs, and that's how I listen to them. But I keep forgetting to go on YouTube and stuff and go over the album again. But what else have we got? Hell on Earth. That's an interesting one. It's one we don't hear an awful lot of. That was cool. It's a bit more mellow. Oh, Alexander the Great. I've already heard. I already knew that they were playing it for the first time. That's the first time being played live. Fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, there's not a beat missed. And just bring it live in the performance. Amazing. Really, really fun time to listen to. This gig was worth it just to hear Alexander the Great being played. I was arsing about with my phone and Facebook. My phone's a flipping crappy thing because I don't need a fancy phone. But I only took a few snippets from the gig. But there was a guy sitting next to me, and this is where you have to be what's the point going to a gig if you're sitting like this the whole time? You're actually missing the experience. So I was sitting with my phone, might have took a minute here, a minute there. I sat like this, but I'm too busy enjoying the show, and then I put it back in my pocket. Usually a couple of stars of the song. Of course, I copied videoed Iron Maiden because who doesn't? That's that's the ultimate sing along song and a lot of fun. What else? Just really good vibe about the place. Everyone just enjoying themselves and bouncing around and audience participation to the max. These guys are still showmen. They love what they do. You don't do this sort of stuff in your 60s when you don't have to. And I think unlike other musicians or bands that just put all their eggs in one basket, I think Iron Maiden have they've had the sense. Bruce definitely, I know Adrian stuff going on, and but they've all diversified, so they haven't just relying on Iron Maiden or relying on celebrity to keep them going. They've all got their own business interests and things going on, so they don't need to be an Iron Maiden, if that makes sense. And they're not maintaining the Hollywood lifestyle. They're all, don't get me wrong, they're all minted, and don't begrudge them a penny of it. But they're not living the Hollywood lifestyle that they have to always be pumping stuff out just to keep it going. That's like Ozzy Osbourne. He's an example of he's living a lifestyle that he's caught himself in a trap. He's screwed himself up. So he's not actually. I don't believe he was touring. He was touring even though he's broken. But I don't believe he was doing it for the love of creation because man's burnt out. Been burnt out for over a decade at least. But I think because you have to maintain that lifestyle, I think these guys have it right that they don't need to be an Iron Maiden, so they do it because they love it. And honestly, it's just like a bunch of blokes stepping on. They could have been in their 20s, bouncing about just with the energy. Flipping Yannick Gears is still a flipping nutter, bouncing and spinning about, and Adrian and Dave always play off each other, and Steve just in his own wee corner. He's a strange one of the group, I mean? I know he's the founder, not, but he's always in his own wee world doing his thing. The guitarists play off each other. Bruce plays off all of them. But there's almost like a mini exclusion zone around Harry Harris, weird. But it works. They're a well-oiled machine. Just put it like that there. They've done this for years. Like the band's been going 40 plus years. I think they're 44, 78 they were forming. So yeah, 40 plus years. They're still giving the same energy now as when they started. And it shows. And the fact that there's like audience of all ages. I mean, youngsters, teenagers. So it's not just parents dragging their kids. I mean, there's teenagers, there's young adults, 30s. The whole age range right up me and then past me. It's good, and that's a good thing about going to live events. That's why I was talking about physical media and having experiences in life. You can sit here and your whole life be through this computer screen or your phone or your tablet or whatever. You're not experienced. You need to actually get out there. You need to be pressed up against people, experience, nod head at someone and have a conversation briefly, feel the buzz of the excitement. You need that's life. That's experience in the world. If not going to a concert, do something, obviously it might be cost expensive, but there's free concerts, there's things to go out. Just get yourself out there, experience the world. Especially if you want to be any sort of creative, you need stimuli. You can't just sit in a wee bubble. But there you go. I'm a happy man, even though I'm absolutely knackered because it's what is it, near 2 o'clock? Yep, just after 2 a.m. Got home, but I thought I'd do this just for a bit of fun and show off my geekiness again. Like, yeah, that's it. So good gig. If it's in your coming to your area and you can go see them, they're still top form. They still have it. You'll not be disappointed. They still have the energy. The sound is amazing. The showmanship's still there. This theme works. It's not like it's a throwaway theme or anything, and it's something new. We're not just getting the tired old, the same songs ever again. Like we didn't get Number of the Beast. We didn't get Hallowed Be Thy Name this time. But we've heard it loads of times, ad nauseum. We'll always get the Iron Maiden, finish off with Wasted Years, which is cool. That's a good bouncy song, instead of Running Free, So they have enough of a back catalogue to do a different show each tour, completely different, not even breaking in new albums. But definitely worth it. So if you've went to see them, drop in the comments, let us know what you think. Love to hear it. If you hate Iron Maiden, sorry, go away. Go to another channel. Nah, only joking. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't know. I'm in a good mood. I'm always happy. Like you've seen my unboxing videos, anything to do with Iron Maiden, puts a smile on my face, makes me feel good. And you need a bit of that in life. You need that just pure joy and childishness. So I got to be a 13-year-old kid again for a while, and now back to reality. So there you go. All right, I'll sign off now. Tomorrow we're reviewing Dread, Clive Barker's Dread. So if you can, jump on that. I've got some interviews coming up as well, and the usual fun and games on the show. So keep up to date with the channel, do the typey clicky things, and until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.